And, um, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, I will say I know I ain't really too well shaven, but that's not really the issue here. But anyway, yeah, we just saw the whale, and
Wow.
yeah, that was quite the experience. It was like a
Heavy movie.
yeah, it's like a trust me, I know if you're gonna see this movie, you might as well be prepared to like really have a very emotional 2 hours, cause it's gonna hit you like really, like real early in the runtime. So
Yeah, I cried like 3 or 4 times,
yeah, cause I know
which almost never happens, at least in a theater.
yeah, cause I know. I will say like a lot of the characters are unsympathetic, and I will say, like you probably be like very surprised by like how his daughter is to him. Yeah, and I know,
There's like a missionary
yeah. I mean, I ain't,
with a dark past.
yeah, I ain't gonna spoil that. It's a very, very dark story too.
Yeah, and they're just so mean to him.
Yeah. But I was impressed by how like that, like they was able to keep like at least a good maybe 95% of the movie like confined to his apartment like that.
Yeah, you can really tell it's based on a play, but in a good way.
Yeah, like cause it ain't an easy feat to like confine a movie to one space for much of it, actually keep things going like that without having that constant change of scenery. But the actors help roll that along, so it ain't a problem. I will say I do think Brendan Fraser was, really, robbed at the Golden Globes,
And
Yeah,
we all know why that happened.
yeah. He really needs to be nominated for an Oscar too for this movie. If he's not, I don't know what the hell's wrong with the Academy then.
Honestly, I think, I can't think of anyone right now who could beat him if he was nominated. Just not off the top of my head.
Yeah. It'll be like an unforgettable performance if you watch the movie. And because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think he had that in him. Because, I'm used to seeing him in stuff like Airheads and Georgia the Jungle and stuff like that. But, we see him in something like this. I was like, wow,
Yeah. I mean, he really gets to show off what a beautiful soul he has.
Yeah. I mean, he was in Crash, but I mean, he didn't really get to act too much in that movie, like talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just think that, given, all the other things that have been supposed to be his big comeback in recent years that got canceled for the stupidest reasons.
Yeah, like that Batgirl. I still think they need to finish that movie, let it come out. I really think they do.
I mean, he's on Doom Patrol, but it's a voice role.
Yeah, see him. Yeah. Definitely prove he's definitely still got it, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. It's, Hong Chow was in this.
Yeah.
She did an amazing job. And it's like, it's kind of funny. I'm used to her voice work, speaking of, voices. And so I didn't recognize her on sight at first. But the entire time watching, I was like, was she on BoJack Horseman? And she was.
Yeah, I never watched that show. So.
Oh, no, you saw the Christmas special.
Oh, yeah, I did see it playing, yeah, because you be playing it on your computer sometimes.
It's a holiday tradition.
Yeah.
One thing, and it's not really germane to the quality because, whew, this was a good movie. Hard to watch, but good.
Yeah.
There are like 7 credited actors in the entire cast, but only 5 of them are listed before it goes to the credits.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 people pretty much then like had their names like
buried, basically.
Yeah.
And I know that those were like the 2 smallest parts, but I mean, come on, when there's that few people, you may as well.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, movies like Stripes where, it's a large cast, but it's really only about 2 people, they still list everybody.
Yeah. He's like common courtesy.
Yeah.
But I will say like everybody definitely brought their A game to this movie. Darren Aronofsky's like, made another great movie. Or like, like my partner says he is like, it's very difficult to watch. Don't expect no happy endings or nothing like that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like one of the first things I said when we left was like, that was like watching Schindler's List, almost.
I don't think now. I don't think I'll compare it to that though.
Well, no, I'm not talking about like the scale, but just like how it hits you emotionally.
Yeah, I can see. I guess I can see that. Even though, it's like Schindler's List. Well, I guess you can call it like a bittersweet ending that movie had.
Mm-hmm.
But like this movie just kind of goes for the jugular, just never lets up. Yeah.
Yep. There were some parts that were deliberately left unresolved.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole thing about he's like this really cheery, upbeat guy in spite of the fact that he's dying, which is not a spoiler because look at him.
Yeah.
But he's obsessed with he wants to read something real from people, so which I kind of missed where that came from. I mean, it made sense emotionally at the end. It's just, maybe there was a line of dialogue that got cut that kind of teed that up a little better. But I like that they left it messy at the end.
Yeah, cause it's like they kind of had like a, well, nah, I'm not gonna, nah, I'm about to get a little beside myself. Nah, I ain't gonna go there. Nah. Yeah, let me stop myself. Yeah, but
You're stopping yourself.
yeah.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks. But we definitely had to take some time after we got out of the theater. We're actually not even there now. We're on the other side of the county. We had to go. We had to drive it off a little bit.
Yeah, because like I said, you won't forget this movie after you see it, because it's like one that's gonna stick with you for a while, because it's got so many like haunting scenes and imagery.
Yeah.
And then it's just like you see how much the guy had to go through, and how mean people were to him, and like how terrible his family was to him.
There's one thing. It's not a spoiler because why would it be?
Yeah.
There's kind of like a thing where it's a mini subplot where he's kind of developing a personal relationship with the pizza delivery guy.
Yeah.
And then they actually meet face to face for the first time, and it's just like the final straw.
Yeah.
And like the sadness part of it. Not going into details about why, but so just sort of he was reaching out and really building a connection with a new person, and then it just went tits up.
Yeah.
So that was a left hook I was not expecting.
Yeah, cause and then it's like I know it seemed like it's like he's like shut off from the outside world. He just kind of isolated in this apartment.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Got some police rolling up.
Yeah. Look like somebody's in trouble. Yeah, funny.
I like it's giving it kind of like a strobe light in here, like.
Yeah, funny it had to happen during our video, but hey.
Well, hey, it'll make it visually distinct.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know what? That's kind of all I had to say about it.
Yeah, like I said, like I will say, like this movie definitely I don't think would be for like the mainstream, movie going. It'd be because I know it'd be far too depressing, for somebody like to watch, stuff like like Puss in Boots. I know it's a movie you wanted to see.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, and of course, I don't expect people that like bunch of comedies to go into something like this. I really kind of recommend this to people that like art movies and stuff like that, and people like indie movies too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it definitely got that indie vibe to it.
Yeah. Amazing makeup, by the way.
Yeah, because it seemed like Brendan Fraser was like really dedicated to the role too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I say if you don't mind going on an emotional journey, by all means go give this movie a watch, because I don't think it's gonna be in theaters very much longer.
I mean, it's limited run, award qualifying.
Yeah. But like I said, Oscars need to nominate Brendan Fraser, because if they don't, it's just highway robbery. Yeah.
Yep. And we have a new Wonder Woman Says that we're going to film, I think, tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, we about to go home before this damn cop gets any ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying, I thought the prostitute was a drug dealer. All right.
Yeah.
Love, peace, chicken grease.
Yeah.